What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 9, I believe. So, listen, listen. This episode ain't really, it really wasn't giving me a lot. I'm going to give y'all what I got with it, though. First of all, we see Leticia meeting with her mom and Josh. She, her mom is helping her raise Josh. She said, it takes a village, and that's cool. You a working mom, you and your husband going through some things, and your husband, he's out on the oil rig, and he's not home. That's cool. That's cool. So she's telling her mom what went down. Well, we found out she done wrote a book called Why Side Pieces Are Winning. I hope that's like just a clickbait title. Cause she said she's also doing a tour of her brunches. Um Girl, we done seen 3 of your brunches on this show, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if I want to be at none of them. But go off. So then she starts telling her mom what happened with Glenn down with the party and the scripper and all that good stuff. Now, she said Glenn called her back a couple of days later and basically apologized. It was like, I didn't, basically, I overreacted. I was being stupid. I got caught up in what Cliff said instead of knowing the whole story. And probably somebody called him and told him, look, Glenn, you was overreacting. Your wife wasn't even doing nothing. But her mama told her, girl, I'd have been done with him. Now, mind you, she said her mama been married 6 times. And then I said, when she said her mama been married 6 times, I said, ding, 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 ding. That's why you won't leave his ass. It's your own trauma that you went through growing up seeing your mama. Because listen, in order for your mama to, listen, there's no disrespect to her mama because I don't know that woman. But in order for your mama to have been married 6 times, that means she was dating at least 6 times. That means that 6 men have been in and out of your life, right? There's a level of trauma that comes with that. You got attached to these men. Maybe you did like them. Maybe you didn't like them. Maybe they were good to your mama. Maybe they weren't good to your mama. Maybe you saw some not so nice things happen. Maybe it was some abuse, infidelity. All those different things that come along with broken relationships, right? There's a reason why your mama divorced all these men. Because your mama's single now. So there's a reason why, well, at least as far as we know she is. There's a reason why your mama divorced all these men. That's your trauma why you keep holding on to Glenn. Now, your mama sat there and told you, child, yeah, because if it was me, I'd have been gone. Child, we know. You clearly don't have no problem leaving no man. Okay? And Leticia, that's really what it boils down to. But I'm with your mama. At this point, what you holding on to? What you want? What you looking for? What you want from this man? This man has told you what it is. He has shown you what he has. He has given you the, listen, in the words of Anita Baker, baby, he has given you the best that he got. It's not going to get no better than where y'all are. Because if it was going to get better, it got better the first time you left his ass. We know you left him at least once. Hell, you probably left him more than once. But we know that this has happened at least one other time. And you right back where you started. Then we go over to Akeisha's house. We found out that Akeisha is dealing with high blood pressure, child. She said that she'd had a headache for 3 weeks. She didn't tell nobody. She didn't tell her husband because she probably just didn't want him to worry. She said she was stressed out over Fair Street. She just kept saying she thought it was just her being tired, her being stressed and all of that. Come to find out her blood pressure was that high. That is dangerous levels where her blood pressure was. So she is definitely trying to make some changes, some lifestyle changes, and really pay more attention. She said her mom died of a stroke, of a heart attack. Her mom's twin sister died of a stroke, and she just ain't trying to go out like that. She is not trying to go out like that. She don't want that in her life, okay? The other thing, she did hear back from the city council about Fair Street, and they are not going to give her the whole block. Now, I don't know if they just gave her select buildings. I don't know if they just gave her permission to use her own building. I'm just not sure what, because I don't remember her getting into the details of that. But that's pretty much all I heard. Okay, that's all I heard. Then we see JJ with his grandson. Now, JJ finally met his grandson. And he is so happy he'll know to do it himself. But it definitely seems like his daughter said, I'll bring the baby over, but So Gucci can't be there. Because he definitely asked, or when are you going to let So Gucci meet the baby? And she basically told him, listen, we understand that you chose your wife in the situation between So Gucci and Selena. We get it. You chose your wife, but we chose our mother. And honestly, until things cool down with them, until things, get right with them, I'm just staying out of it. And, I choose to just not be around her right now, which means that my baby ain't going to be around her. So Gucci has pressed charges. Now listen, I've been sitting on this information for a while, okay? A little birdie told me this happened, but I had to wait for it to happen on the show. Now I done dropped y'all some hints. Now whether you followed them breadcrumbs or not, I don't know. But let's talk about it now that it's out there. Let's go on and talk about it. Listen, this is what I'm going to say. And I know some of y'all ain't going to agree with me, and that's fine. Y'all know I love y'all anyway. I understand that you might have been a little embarrassed. I understand that your feelings might have got a little hurt. I understand that you might have been in some pain. I understand that it is within your rights to press charges when someone assaults you. All of that. Got it. But if you were really trying to heal this situation and you were really trying to keep the blended family working and figure out a solution, in my opinion, there was a better way of handling it. Because my question is, what is your end goal? You press charges against Selena. What is it that you want to happen to her? You want her to go to jail? You want her to do community service? You want her to pay a fine? What is it that you want to happen to her as a result of her assaulting you? Again, I'm not defending Selena at all. If this was just somebody you knew, somebody you had beef with, somebody you knew out on the streets, I wouldn't even trip. I'm like, girl, do what you got to do. But we have a family dynamic here that you keep saying, our blended family, our blended family, our blended family. Then, because you have to know that pressing charges is going to create a wedge that you may never be able to walk back from. And again, you may not want that. So Gucci, that may not be your end goal. And I understand JJ defending his wife and taking up for his wife. I ain't even saying he wrong for it. Maybe privately he feel differently, but publicly he gonna stand behind her, as he should. But I honestly just feel like if your ultimate goal was to get your family in a better space with the blended family, this ain't the road. This ain't the sword to die on. I mean, that's just it. I mean, girl, you ain't had to go to the hospital, child. You wasn't, well, was some blood there. Was some blood. But I mean, you don't have any permanent injuries. Your ego is hurt. Your feelings are hurt, and you're a little embarrassed, okay? But you didn't have no permanent injury. The woman didn't put you in the hospital overnight. Like, none of that happened. Some glass broke, and you was bleeding. And I don't want to minimize it, but that's my opinion. And again, y'all can disagree, and I respect that. But I don't know. I just feel like it could have been handled in a different way. But moving on. I mean, it is what it is. JJ tried. He tried to get it out of them. Like, when you gonna let us see, when you gonna let So Gucci see the baby, and child. And please don't ever, JJ, don't never, ever, ever, never again get that mess put in your head. Something about some 2023. I guess this was right after the new year. He had 2023 like in gold, but like silver bedazzled, spelled out. So then we see Latrice and Josh meeting up for a aerial yoga class situation. Basically, Josh and Latrice haven't really been talking a whole lot. And they've really been just coexisting. So Josh wants to try to clear the air with her. So then, we got to see them go through the class, child. Of course, they can't do them. They can't. They upside down. They twisted all around. They left. They right. They up. But basically, Latrice has a conversation with him, and she was like, but y'all used to be my faves. And Josh was like, well, what does that mean? Like, tell me what you're talking about. And she said, Josh, listen, at the end of the day, what happens, we family. And what happens in the family stays in the family. You out here telling other people family business, and I didn't appreciate that. Like, why are you telling Akeisha my personal business? And he was like, well, I didn't feel like I was telling her anything that was bad. Sir, you told that woman that Latrice and Cliff ain't sleeping in the same room. You told that woman that Cliff is verbally abusive to Latrice and maybe even a little bit more. Like, you absolutely betrayed Latrice's trust. Now, were you upset, and did you have every right to feel some kind of way about the things Cliff said about you? Yeah, but please don't sit here and act like you're innocent in all of this and you didn't do nothing and you don't understand why Latrice is upset. Latrice has every right to have a problem with you. And you were wrong. And like Latrice said, she said, Akeisha, of all people, like, why are you telling Akeisha anything? You already know how these girls are. You already know how they treat me. Why would you say anything to her? She was like, I don't care if you told her what color my toenails are. That wasn't her business, and that wasn't your place to say anything. Now, Josh said that he apologized and he gets it. But I'm going to just go on and be honest and tell you, I don't think he does. Because he still doesn't feel like he betrayed Latrice. He was like, I was mad at you, so that's why I talked to her. Which means that the next time you get mad, does that mean that you feel justified in telling my business? Again, you could have still told that story without spilling all the tea that you spilled. Now, you still would have had to explain that Cliff was mad at you because you made some comments that he overheard. You still would have to explain that, but you ain't have to say, oh, because we was in Latrice's room because, they don't sleep together. Like, you ain't have to add all that. You didn't have to put all that in there. All that wasn't necessary. So then we see Akeisha and So Gucci, right? Now, listen. So Gucci, of course, tells her about pressure charges and stuff. I feel like Akeisha she didn't say too much, but I feel like she kind of feel like I feel in the situation. Akeisha was letting her know about her health problems and everything, and she wants So Gucci to go with her to the doctor since Willie gonna have to go back to New Jersey. That's pretty much that was pretty much this conversation. Honestly, it wasn't really I done already gave y'all my 2 cents on her pressure charges, but that's pretty much what they said in this. But Akeisha said, well, I want us to all meet up. I want us to go have a double date. Me, Willie, you, and JJ. And she was like, that's cool, because, JJ likes Willie. They good people. They cool or whatever. Well, baby, that double date turned into a triple date, and Akeisha done set everybody up. So she had Latrice and Cliff get there with JJ and So Gucci, and then she conveniently was late so the 4 of them could sit there and talk. Now, the good thing was, it was a couple of jabs thrown, but overall, they did have a good conversation, and they were able to sort of sit through it. And then when Akeisha showed up, Akeisha said, yeah, I set it up because I really want y'all to get to a better place. Like, we really have to move past this and, respect, everybody has their opinion. You can respect everybody's opinion, but we really do need to kind of move past this. Like, we really need to, and I wish I could say they did, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really didn't move past it. But for this night, they were in a better space. I'll put it that way. They were in a better space. Of course, they had to bring up the scripper. And Latrice said that the party was a good time. And Cliff had to embarrass her and call her out, talking about that's because you insecure. Like, if you ain't got no problem with that's coming from somebody that's insecure. Girl, if you like it, I love it. I don't know. I can't be more mad than you are, child. If you okay with Cliff talking to you crazy and doing the things he do, then, child, go forth. Have a good time. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, y'all, that's the episode. Let me know what you guys think. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.